Reeser. She's here talking about her new movie on Hallmark called I Do, I Do, I Do.
Yeah.
And you could keep going from there because it just goes over and over.
Over and over and over again, reliving her wedding day, yes.
Well, it's like, for my favorite movie of all time, Groundhog Day. It's the same thing over and over
exactly
again.
that. Groundhog Day meets a wedding.
Right?
Yep.
So is it something magical? Does she bump her head? Does she, like, what
we never
causes-
really know. It's sort of, it's a fantasy, and she gets a chance to make it right. And I also think there's a lot of brides out there that would love to relive their wedding day because people have like, this went wrong, and that went wrong, and that went wrong. And so she gets a chance to do it over and over again until she gets it right.
And I believe there is a wonderful, delicious surprise at the end of the movie.
Always.
There is?
Yeah,
It's a romantic comedy, of course.
What is
lovely.
she hard to please? Is that why she's like searching to try to get the perfect? What is her?
I think maybe there's a key ingredient missing on her wedding day, and she may find it by the
Well,
end.
we're gonna see. This isn't the key ingredient, but this is sort of the beginning. What are we gonna see?
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna see the scene when she wakes up after she's already gotten married. She goes to sleep. She says, "I wish I could have a do-over," which never really happens. She wakes up the next day, and it's a do-over.
Okay, so let's take a look at the clip.
Over.
How did they get the wine out?
Good morning. Welcome to our wedding day. Time to get at it. This is Kenneth, and that's Jerry. And they are going to transform you into Cinderella. I'm leaving you in good hands. There's lots to do before the wedding.
What's going on?
You are going to be a beautiful bride.
But I already got married.
You've been married before? Does Peter know? You got divorced, didn't you?
Seriously, what's going on? Kate!
Don't say anything.
You're already getting ready. So I guess you've made your decision. You already said that. I already heard you say that. And why are you still wearing that hideous dress?
Hideous.
What day is it? It's February 14th.
We already had February 14th.
Okay.
That looks adorable.
Yeah.
It's really, really sweet. It's the same team that I worked with 2 years ago on Love at the Thanksgiving Day Parade. Same writer, same director, same producers. And we have such a good time working together. And Antonio Cupo stars opposite in this with me. And we have the best time working together. And I love this movie.
Oh, and you got married on Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day is coming up, and I know you have sons. Are you doing anything special with your boys?
How old are
They are 1 and 3.
They're
two little boys, Finn and Dash. And
Finn and Dash.
Finn and Dash, yes.
Love that.
And they're very busy little boys. So
They have to live up to their names.
They have to live up to their names. And he's definitely dashing around. He walks now, and they're into everything. So I'm going to take him camping. I grew up camping, and that is one of my favorite things to do. And it was one of my favorite memories from childhood. So I thought that would actually be a really sweet way to celebrate with them.
You're taking a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old?
I'm adventurous.
Okay. You're going to have
We're
help,
crazy.
right?
We're going to find out.
Okay.
I'll come back and let you know at the next holiday.
Okay.
How is it difficult though? Because for you, I know, busy working actress and a mom with 2 little ones. How do you find time to put them
I really
in?
like to take them on location with me when I travel. So I shot this movie in Canada, and I brought them with me up there. And it's really important to me that they get to travel. That's one of the perks of my job, and I really want to expose them to all of that. So I take them as much as I can, and I'm starting now to try and take them on solo one-on-one trips. So I took my oldest to visit my little sister in Portland last weekend, and yeah.
Well, you're such a busy mom, and I know having your children with you is really important. So I know that one of the things that you're an advocate for is having maternity leave.
Yeah, maternity and paternity leave. We are one of paid maternity paternity leave. We are one of only 4 first world nations that doesn't offer it. And as a mom myself, I found, I've always been a working mom. I started back to work with my first when he was 5 weeks, when he was 5 weeks old, and it was so difficult. And it's hard right after you have a baby. You need some time, and I think I'd like to see our young parents supported a little bit more in taking that time.
Those early weeks and months are so vital, important for the development of both the parent and the
Right,
child as
exactly.
well.
And plus, you're not getting any sleep. You're not going to be doing that great of a job at work. You need a break.
Well, you probably, I imagine going back so early, I know some moms struggle with that. I've got to go back and provide, and
Right.
you know, and then, but I still want to be home. What was that guilt? Was it guilt of stepping away?
It's hard to do both. I mean, definitely for me, it was, I absolutely had to go back to work both times. And with the second time, I don't think that I was entirely ready. And for me, I have an unusual job where it can, you know, I can have a little bit more flexibility, but it made me so empathetic to women who are working in 9-to-5 jobs and who don't have the option, who have to provide for their families, and they're not emotionally ready and they're not physically ready, but they have to go back because they have to provide for their families. And so I'd like to see a little bit more support for them.
Was it that emotional bridge? Sorry. Was it that emotional bridge where you went, I know I have it good, but I imagine what it must be like for other moms out there?
Completely.
And that's where that connection, that's what got you involved doing it.
Yeah, and watching, you know, watching my friends struggle, and also I had postpartum with my second baby, and so there's so many things that can happen after you have a child, and you need to take a little break. And I definitely am an advocate for maternity and paternity leave, because I think all families are different and they should be able to work it out the way that works best for your family, but there should be some help, a little more help than we're offering to our young parents now.
Is that why you started your website?
My website, my website is Move Lifestyle, and it's for the modern working woman. It's for girls on the go, and it was because I love the online community, but I felt like I wanted a little bit more for a mom like me who's really, really busy, even for women who don't have children, but we do things like hack your month. So we're gonna show you the 5 things that you need to watch and read and download, so you don't have to like search everywhere, where we break it all down and we get right to the point, and I have a lot of fun doing it.
Like what? What are you?
So I mean, you know, whatever book. Last month, my book was Amy Poehler's Yes, Please, because, have you guys read it?
No.
No,
It's
I haven't.
really
I'm sure
fantastic.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, she's so funny, and it was just a great read. And you know, I think a lot of women want to keep up with all of these things, but don't have the time to do the research. And you know, and I don't have time to sit down and read a magazine, which is where I used to get my information from it. And like, you want to know what's out there, and so we break it all down really, really quick, and you can just come and stop in with your coffee in the morning. Move Lifestyle.
We're going to break down and we'll give you some material for your website in the next act, because you're going to do a little hair, a little makeup for you. By the way, catch Autumn and I Do. February 6th, 8, 7 Central, right here on Hallmark Channel. Again, keep it dialed in right here. You don't even have to change the channel.